Hello, today is day 9 of the conflict here in Middle East. I am currently in Dubai, and it's been 9 days since 28th of February. So that means today is actually today is 8th March, and on the 28th of February we were in Abu Dhabi. The kids had a field trip with their homeschool friends. We went to the Museum of Natural History, and we had a great time in the morning, and it's an amazing trip. That's highly recommended that you visit that with your family. It can take you more than half a day. We were on our way to grab lunch in the mall with the rest of the group. Then we heard some news already that the US already attacked Iran. While we were in the car, we thought it something hit the car, or someone bumped into the car, but it was the impact of a missile that got intercepted in Abu Dhabi. An area in Abu Dhabi got hit. That was the start of the effect of the conflict in UAE. We immediately drove back to Dubai. We stayed home. We stayed inside in our house here. Here at home, we stayed at home for several days, did not go out. We could hear explosions, but you could still feel the impact. It was like heavy thud, and the glass of the window shaking. Those are the interceptors intercepting the missiles. The first day, Saturday, we heard about probably eight interceptions of missiles, which can easily make us worry, can make us anxious. And it's the first time I've heard missiles. I haven't been in a war-torn country. It's all in the news for me, but this time it's somewhere near. It's actually happening to us, But of course, life went on, and I am grateful. I am blessed. We are blessed because we're in UAE. The government has done so much to protect us, to look after us. There's a few incidents of debris falling on some place or somewhere, but they're easily controlled. There's a debris that fell in the palm. It was quickly controlled, and generally it is safe. Do not believe the media, international media, saying UAE, there's jet fighters flying around, there's so much explosions, it's very dangerous, it's very scary. The government has actually done so much. Like I said, we get alarms that missiles are coming, stay at home, but the schools were already immediately canceled. The students were asked to do online schooling, and now they push spring break early so that at least the students don't have to go to school. That week, that first 2 days, the workers were recommended to work from home. Our company, we also asked the team members to work from home that day. Monday, the first day after Saturday, Saturday was the 28th, and Monday everyone worked from home. And Tuesday, when it seems like it's not as critical to go out, so people are still going out, getting groceries. It's like a normal life, except for the occasional, explosions that you'll hear, or the news. Flights were suspended a few days, and then now it has resumed. Flights have gone out of UAE and have landed here as well, of course, but with occasional alarms, which causes delay because the passengers are always either escorted out of the boarding gates and taken to somewhere safe, somewhere safe in the airport, in the arrivals, but flights will resume. The airports had minor incidents as well, like debris falling, but it only happened twice, and it did not really affect so much the operations. So in general, my family's watching back home. My family in the Philippines, they're back there, and my sisters in Germany. Whatever you hear, and those who have been hearing negative news about UAE, we are safe. God has been gracious, and we are safe, and it seems like it's normal. Today, every day I still walk the dog in the park. I walk the dog in the park, and you still see families and you see other people walking out in the park, and because the weather's still great, and you will still see a lot of families enjoying the weather in the park. We started resuming work the Tuesday after. Team members who cannot work from home came to the office. I love that there's no traffic, but I don't love the fact that they left. The biggest impact this incident has on us is that it has impacted our business. It reminded me of the pandemic days. It was 15th March. We had our last wedding the day before. And the next day, it was lockdown. We were locked down. All our bookings got canceled. All our future events got canceled. And several of the bookings who paid down payment asked for refunds. And it was a global pandemic. And this incident, like the same, so we received calls that their event is postponed or are canceled, and they'll still wait and see what will happen next. This has affected our business, so we received a lot of cancellations just last week, and we are not getting inquiries yet. So that this is actually affected our business. Today's video is about what I learned from the pandemic day that is helping me now. So I realized that a lot of things that are happening to us, the challenges that we face, it makes us stronger. So when we lost our investment money in 2009, when our business partner cheated on us, that time is also it's very horrific. I don't want that to happen to anyone. But that incident has shaped us, has made me stronger, has helped me grow in faith during the pandemic. It has helped me to stand stronger, to believe more, to have more faith, and to be resilient. That situation in the pandemic is now helping me in my current situation. So today's video is about that. What is helping me now? What lessons I have learned back then that is helping me now and it's helping shape my day-to-day life and decisions. The first lesson that I want to share is accept reality quickly. When crisis like this happens, the first thing we do is act in denial. Alright, this is not happening, it won't last long, and or maybe it's not happening to me, I'm not gonna be affected. My first instinct during the pandemic was denial, oh no, this is not happening. This is gonna be quickly pass by, it's just a flu. Then panic hits. First was denial, then panic, oh no, what should we do? And then I was sleepless and I was like, oh no, I can't believe this is happening to me. It should not have happened to us. That's denial again, and panic, denial. So the first thing that I learned from that period was accepting reality quickly. And because once you accept reality quickly, then you can act fast. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You switch from why is this happening to me mode to okay, so what's my next move? My second tip is to always seek God first. Dependency when you're facing crisis is, like I said, the first one was panic. The second one is ask Google or ask friends or depend on yourself. But the first thing you should do is actually pray. And as a Christian business owner, I have learned this throughout the years. When it happened to us in 2009, I had anxiety, I had depression, and I had I wanted to go to the police. But I realized that the first thing I should have done is pray. Of course I prayed, but that was not the first reaction. And the first reaction is normally a fight or flight mode. It's either we fight it, we depend on our strength, on ourselves, but we should actually first go to our strong Father, our Father who gives us strength, who will defend us, who will fight for us, who will shelter us and protect us. So that's actually our first instinct, is to pray first whenever we face crisis. And that's what I did. So during COVID, I did not react fast enough. I did not stabilize cash flow as quickly as I should. Until now, we have not recovered our losses that time. We lost more than $500,000. Only after a month and a half did I decide that this is really happening. We're not getting any projects. And that's where I started cutting costs and, started making tough decisions. So this time I said, you know what? Accept reality quick and protect your cash flow immediately. This is what I learned from all the mentors that I have. So my advice to you as a business owner is to act quickly. If you don't act quickly, you'll quickly lose cash. And if you lose cash, you will have to close your business. You're not helping anyone when you close your business. If you protect your cash and you protect your business, once this is all over and you recover, you'll help more people. You'll have your employees. You can keep them and you provide more services to more clients. So act quickly. That's the advice that I can give. Protect your cash. Things like this, when it happens, this is out of our control. Focus on what you can control. God is sovereign. He is in control. And He wants you to focus on things that you can control. So it's like, I always believe that it's always a partnership with God and you. And what God wants us to do is, God wants us to focus on things that we can control. So as a business owner, you have to focus on what you can control when things like this happen. So what can you control? You cannot control what's happening around you. You cannot control the war. You cannot go there and say, stop it, US, stop it, Iran. So that thing you cannot control. What you can control is your cash flow. You can control that you can still call clients, that you can pivot, you can think of other strategies. When you let go and let God control the things that you can control and accept your responsibility by what He wants you to do. He wants you to be faithful. Because when you lose hope, you don't act. But when you're focused on action and acting on things you can control, that's actually exercising your faith. Because you know that you have faith that when you focus on sales outreach, when you focus on client communication, you know these are the things that you can do something about and that you can work on. Another tip that I can give you is to keep serving your clients even in crisis, because I always believe in relationships. One of our core brand values as a company, I've always believed that personal relationships is our building block in surviving 17 years. We've been in business for 17 years. Personal relationship is an important aspect, and that's something that you can do during crises like this. Call your clients, not to sell to them, but to check on them, check on how they're doing, be genuine, ask how are they. When you build relationships during crisis, you strengthen your relationships with your clients, with the suppliers that you have. So what you can do is check in on them, send check-in messages, ask if they need help, be supported, how you can support them. And another thing is you can produce content that gives value, showing up like what I'm doing in this video. That's another way that you can support your clients. I like this verse. It's from Proverbs 11:25. It says, "Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." During this kind of crisis, we can be self-absorbed. We can just focus, oh, woe is me. Like, why is this happening to me? But when we remove the focus on ourselves and focus on our clients, on how we can support them, help them, and how we can still serve them during this time, then we will feel refreshed ourselves. My read for the month is actually this book. So I've been reading John Maxwell, and I bought the John Maxwell Bible, and I have been focusing on improving my leadership for the past, on and off, but this is one thing that I really want to work on. Crisis reveals leadership gaps. This is one thing that I learned during crisis. The first crisis that we had in 2009, I was not a leader. I was leading myself. I did not have a team. But when 2020 pandemic hit, I was already leading a big team. So I had a team of more than 12. And during that time, I realized that so many things in me that I can work on as a leader. And my goal was to improve myself as a leader. When business slowed down, I think it's important that have a self-assessment of yourself as a leader and address those aspects and work on how you can improve those things. So what I did immediately was I communicated immediately with my team. This is happening and this is the steps that we're taking. And constant updates. It's important that you give them constant updates. So what's happening now, constantly communicating with them, constantly checking in. And that's important as a leader, is that you should still show that you are a steady leader that they can depend on. And once this is over, you're still going to be there. Another thing, crisis can reveal business gaps as well, not just leadership gaps, but business gaps. It can actually help your business innovate. So one way for you to do is to look at your business model. Something that I should have learned in pandemic that I'm still learning now is that our business has been dependent on events. And events have been seasonal ever since. And this is something I still haven't learned. But, because majority of our money is coming from events. But we're a video production company. And I have been awarded as Best Director twice for a short film that we produced. So there's a lot of avenues that we really can explore to help support our business, that will not depend on events. So this is a thing that you can do for your business as well. If that during crisis is that you can review your business model and see where you can pivot. One thing that you should stop during crisis is doom scrolling. A lot now with AI and with everything, with all this advanced technology and with fake media, there's so much negative news that are not real, that are not true. So this is something that you can stop as a person, not just as a leader, is stop doom scrolling. Protect your mind from fear. Because if you keep doom scrolling, you'll only see negative news because that's what they feed. It's a clickbait thing. People get attracted to negative news. They like to create panic. So my next step is guard your mind from fear and stop doom scrolling. Remembering that our business is God's business helps me control my emotions, helps me stay calm and peaceful. Because I know I'm just a steward of the business. And all the blessings, all the good things that we have right now came from God. Comes from God. Every good thing that will come from God. So knowing that we have a generous Father and knowing that our business is God's helps me focus on the things that I can do. It helps me focus on the things that I need to do and surrender the outcome to Him. And my final advice for you, Christian business owner, is that when you're facing crisis, all this will pass. This is not permanent. This is something temporary. We faced that crisis in 2009. It passed. We were able to recover. We were able to survive it. We're still here, right? And we did not only survive it, we became better people. We became stronger leaders. I became a stronger leader. I became a better person. Now, if I look back, if that did not happen, I won't have Melrish. The pandemic passed. We thought it was going to be forever, but it passed. And after that, we had better team members. I'm a stronger person and I have a stronger faith. So you're in the middle of crisis, you're in the middle of the storm, but every storm passes. And every storm refines you as a leader, refines you as a person, and it refines your faith. So be grateful. I am grateful. Think, what will the outcome be? the outcome that you should be excited about is that after this, you're going to be stronger, you're going to be a better person, and this moment has given you the best lessons, the best experience, because you will see that during this time, God has and is and will protect you, and that's worth the storm, that is worth the struggle. So if you're undergoing a problem or you're facing a struggle, pray and focus on the things that you can control, but most of all, focus on God. I hope that this video has helped you, and share this and like the video and do subscribe. Thank you and see you next time.